Welcome back to the Hot Girls and Hockey podcast. My name is Sarah. If you're new here, this is the show where we talk about all things hockey, the what to knows, the who to knows, and everything in between. And today's episode was voted on by all of you guys. If you don't know what I'm talking about, every once in a while I will put up a poll on my Instagram, which is at SarahXCrake, where I ask you guys what topic should be the next episode, and I give a couple of options. This time I only gave 3. I gave another unpopular hockey opinions, I gave a team deep dive on the Anaheim Ducks, and then a player profile on Sidney Crosby, because the man deserves his flowers, guys. All right. And unpopular opinions 1, I can only think that it's because you guys just love to see me yap with whatever comes out of my head rather than like spew off facts about a team, about a person. But regardless, yeah, thanks. So that's gonna be today's episode, is just some more of my hockey opinions, my unpopular hockey opinions. I do have another episode where I go over some of my other ones. Don't know what episode that is, but I'll put a episode name, whatever thing, right here from all my video watchers. But yeah, so that's today's episode, and then next week will be the player profile on Sidney Crosby, because that got the second most amount of votes. And you know what, they didn't get any votes, but I'm still doing a team deep dive on the Anaheim Ducks, because I just like the whole premise of the Disney company having a movie about hockey that was so popular that they were approved to make their own fucking NHL team is like, it literally is something out of a Disney movie. And so I like want to talk about it. I want to learn more about it. I kind of go into like just like the very beginnings of it in my Florida Panthers video, just because the same day that the Florida Panthers creator owner guy was awarded his NHL team was the same day that the Disney company was awarded their NHL team, and then obviously became the Panthers and the Ducks. So like, all this to say, that will be the episode after next week, so after the Sidney Crosby episode. But before we get into any of that, let's go over some things that have happened since the last time that we talked. So one thing I do want to talk about is that the 2025 to 2026 NHL season was released. It was so exciting seeing what the home openers are going to be, and they got really creative this year. I don't know if they did the same thing last season with announcing the schedule, but this season got some really good ones. Some teams are really boring and they just posted the schedule, like the Oilers and the Flyers and the Penguins, whatever. They were just kind of boring. Sorry, guys. Still excited to see your teams, but like, come on, let's up it, especially with the ones I'm about to talk about, which were my favorites. I have to give kudos to my team, San Jose Sharks, which they teased a little bit of how they were going to announce the season, like a couple days before the actual announcement. And the way that they did it was by paying homage to the should have been Oscar nominated, let's be real, movie Napoleon Dynamite. More specifically, paying homage to that beginning sequence, which if you've never seen the movie, 1, go watch it. It's so fucking funny. But 2, the beginning where like the beginning, like kind of, what's it called, like credits, where they like introduce all the, you know, names of the actors, the producers, director, whatever. They do it in like a really interesting way where they like spell it out with food, or they have like little ID cards with characters' faces on them, but it's like announcing I'm doing a really bad job of explaining it. If you've watched Napoleon Dynamite, then you know, and if you haven't, at the very least, just go watch, like go on YouTube right now if you're not already on YouTube, and just look up Napoleon Dynamite opening credit scene and you'll know what I'm talking about. All this to say, the Sharks paid homage to it by doing that style for their season, like their 2025-2026 season announcement. And man, it looked so good. Like, you can tell they really put a lot of time and effort into curating what to put in each announcement for the team that they're playing and like the dates and stuff. And it was just really, really cool, and I really liked it. I have such a soft spot for Napoleon Dynamite. It's one of my comfort movies, just because there's nothing too big, flashy, dramatic about it. It's literally just like a really chill movie, and I love it. So yeah, I loved the Sharks announcement for the season. Next one I want to talk about is the Dallas Stars, because they did a really wholesome one. They had a bunch of, I don't know if it's the kids of the players or kids of staff members or kids from a children's hospital, I don't know, but they had a bunch of children, little kiddies, draw a specific team's logo. So one drew like the Golden Knights, one drew Carolina Hurricanes, and so on and so forth. And they put that onto all those drawings onto a calendar, and had that, you know, be the announcement of like their schedule, which was super, super cute. All the little drawings. They like had the calendar part first, because they posted them on their Instagram. All these things they posted on their Instagrams as well as their TikTok pages for these respective teams, but they did like a little like kind of photo dump kind of thing, and they did like the first two slides were the calendar with the little drawings on them, and like I think the last two, or the last slide on it had all the kids holding up which ones they drew, and it was so adorable. It was really, really cute, and just a very fun way to announce their schedule. And then then we have the Buffalo Sabres. Now, I can't say very much about teams that don't do very well coming from a Sharks fan, but maybe if the Buffalo Sabres put as much effort into their playing as they did to announcing their season, maybe they would have made playoffs. But regardless, their announcement was so funny. They did they did a thing where they turned their opponents, other teams, into wings. I don't think they did it for every single team, but they did it for a good chunk, and it was so funny reading the things that they put as like the descriptions and the titles of their wing creation, and then seeing which team it was for. Some notable ones are the Nashville Predators for like their game against the Nashville Predators. They did Smashville, so they smashed the wing, and the title was Smashville Wings in the Community. Which, if you don't know what that's referencing, during Prospect Week, the rookies for the Predators, the guys that they drafted, the 18, 19, 20-year-olds, they got photographed wearing shirts that, to be fair, the Predators like made for them, like the team made for them and had them wear, that said Predators in the community, or like Preds in the community. And I just want to know how many people greenlit these shirts before they made it onto these young NHL future stars. Because now when if any of these guys end up being like the next fucking Alex Ovechkin, you know, they're gonna go back and see photos of their rookie year and probably not like what they're gonna see. But yeah, so that one was great. Also, another really good one was for the New York Rangers, which Buffalo's throwing shade at these people at this point, at these teams. Because for the New York Rangers one, they made it look like it was just CCTV footage of the Wings photo shoot setup, which, if you don't know what that's referencing, it's referencing the fact that in like the middle of last season, the Rangers fired their social media person. And so instead of having, you know, somebody taking photos of the players when they're coming on the tunnel in all their game day suits, they use CCTV footage and posted which, I mean, come on, guys. If you're going to fire somebody, at least have another just backup on retainer. Like, because now you're just getting roasted. Like, even the Sharks roasted them. They were posting CCTV footage of, like, Macklin and Will and fucking Tyler and all them. It's so... So they really came at them with that one, Buffalo did. But yeah, all in all, the ones who slayed, and the ones who didn't, do better. Or at least just be more fun with your announcing your stuff on social media, which I'm going to get into. That's, spoiler, that's one of my little unpopular opinion things. But, yeah, another thing I just kind of want to say that I don't think I mentioned in the last 2 episodes, but has been like a thing that's been a thing, is that we are no longer enforcing a dress code for game day. So no more hotties wearing suits. So a little RIP to all my favorite players' suits, man. That's what I loved about the NHL, is that they enforced like game day suits for that, or at least just like really nice game day attire. Because let's be real, athletes, they can hire stylists. Doesn't mean the stylist will do a really good job. There are so many examples of like NFL players, like NBA players, whatever, showing up in their game day fits, and like it's either super, super bad, like really bad to the point that's not even funny, mid, or just like your standard, like, I don't know, athlete wear, like sweatpants and a sweatshirt. I mean, there are some guys out there that they do throw in some really, really good style. Only person I can really think of off the top of my head is Joe Burrow. I think that he has really, really good game day style. But like, I'm gonna miss seeing my William Nylander in his fun little suits. But sigh. Those days are over. I was talking with someone on TikTok, and she's also a Sharks fan. And I was talking to her about this whole thing of them getting rid of the dress code. And we converse pretty regularly. Not pretty regularly, but whenever we do converse, we converse about mostly like Will Smith, because we both really like him as a player. And we were talking about this whole situation, and she's like, dude, now he's gonna show up in like sweats and Red Bull shirts. And it made me laugh so hard. I was like, not the Red Bull sponsored shirts. He got them in his PR package and with the newest electric berry flavor, and he's like, okay, well, I mean, it's a free shirt. Like, oh my gosh. Speaking of Will Smith though, if you've been living under a rock, like just in general pop culture, lately, and you don't know, there's a Coldplay concert that happened at Gillette Stadium in Massachusetts, and it's where that one couple, the CEO of some fucking company, I don't know, he got caught cheating on his wife, and then the lady who he was cheating with also was caught cheating on her husband with this guy, and now it's been like a whole thing. But we want to know who else was at that concert and witnessed it. Will Smith. It's so weird. And we only know this because there was a fan who was selling sunglasses, and she had him come up to, or like he came up to her table, tent, whatever, and she was selling like Coldplay sunglasses because it's for a Coldplay concert, and had a conversation with her. They took a picture together and stuff, and I'm just like, it's like one of the few times we've seen him photographed out in public, and it's at this concert that becomes such a huge moment in pop culture for like not good reasons. It's broke up 2 marriages, and like there's families that are probably destroyed, but like it's just crazy how it just ties back to the Sharks. It's insane. But yeah, that was a very long intro, mostly it's because I only really have 3 unpopular opinions that I want to talk about. But yeah, let's get into the meat and bones of the episode. I do have my non-branded black cherry seltzer. It is not in my normal Sharks cup, but it is in a Sharks cup. These are the cups that you get when you order beer at SAP. So I am just drinking it like I'm at SAP, but I'm not, because I won't be there until October for the home opening game. But yeah, grab a little drinky drink, grab a snack, and let's just fucking get into it. Cheers. Okay, so my first unpopular opinion is one that I really don't think is too unpopular. But I've only heard a few people talking about this, and that is that Brad Marchand going from Boston to Florida was probably the best thing that he could have done for his career. Now, I know his power plays have decreased since he went to Florida, but then again, he went like fucking not even mid-season, like just randomly went. And yes, he still will have a lot to prove with this upcoming season on, you know, comparing his stats from the last full season he did with Boston and then this first full season he's, you know, playing for Florida. But public image is a real big thing when it comes to, you know, public figures. And I was having a conversation actually with my dad about this. And if you don't know, he's a lifelong Bruins fan. He loves Bruins. And I asked him, like, why do you think people love Marchand more in Florida than they did when he was in Boston? And from his perspective, remember, this is his opinion. And I only asked him because he's been following the team longer than I have. And from his opinion, it's because Boston fans always thought that he was a kind of a rat player, you know, in terms of playing like with like pasta or whatever. And so it just makes more sense for him to be with a quote unquote rat team, which Florida, I mean, people throw fucking rats into the ice when they score a goal. But like, I don't know what else you want me to say. They're known as a rat team. And it's for like that reason, but also just they think, you know, obviously like Bennett and what's his name, Rodriguez and Kachuk, they just think that they're rat guys. I love me a rat. I love me what's his name from Remy from Ratatouille. They could never make me hate you. That motherfucker from Flushed Away, they could never make me hate you. Matthew Kachuk and Sam Bennett and Evan Rodriguez, they could never make me hate you. But yeah, so I got so sidetracked. But yeah, so it makes more sense to love a rat player on a rat team than to love a rat player on a more wholesome team, I guess you could say. Again, that's just kind of the opinion that my dad has on it and the conclusion that I kind of came to. So yeah, not gonna touch more on that because obviously I'm thinking this now, but I'm not gonna know truthfully if it's better for his career until this new season starts. But so that's it for my first one. My next one, which I got into a little bit earlier, was that I think that in this day and age and in this current culture climate, having a heavy social media influence is or should be top priority for these teams. Not in the sense of just like making sure that they win games, because obviously making really good TikToks is not going to secure you a spot in the fucking finals, okay? I know that. I'm not stupid. But in terms of, you know, upping attendance at games, in terms of upping the influence that hockey has in pop culture, hockey is such a fun sport to watch. But like, it's not going to get the same numbers. Like the Stanley Cup finals will not get the same numbers that the Super Bowl will get. And I don't think that will ever happen. I don't think it'll ever surpass it, at least within the US. And I'm sorry, I don't like saying that. Like, I want it to be more popular because I'll have more people to talk like about it with, because then I'll have more fans. But I just think that your chances are better of getting more people to attend or even just like watch if you have fun, whimsical presence on your social media. So to anyone out there, if there's any NHL teams for whatever reason, I don't know how the fuck you stumble onto my show, but hi. Hire some Gen Zers for your social media. Take some notes from the Florida Panthers TikTok page. They make a lot of brain rot, and I eat it up every time. Like, I'm sorry, I do. I eat it up every time. Although the Panthers were not very fun and whimsical with their schedule announcement, but their TikToks are really fun. Their TikToks are very fun. And then the last thing I kind of want to touch on, because it's something that I see a lot of discourse of on TikTok, and it's the whole thing of, oh, you got into hockey from reading hockey romance books, or oh, you got into hockey by seeing a Luke Hughes fan edit. Oh, then I don't think you're a real fan then. It's like, shut up. Shut up. So what? I got into hockey by reading the Off Campus series. So what? Now I'm a season ticket holder and have a fucking podcast talking about hockey. It's like, who are you, the fan police? The hockey police? And I see this especially with just like mostly young women who get into hockey, which, you know, women are allowed to like sports and are allowed to be real fans. I hope you would know that. I really hope you guys know that. And so far it has been a really, really open community with you know, liking hockey and liking, you know, NHL teams and whatnot. It's been a really, really open and loving community from what I've seen so far. I just know that at some point I'm going to have an interaction happen where I'm questioned about my love for this sport. It's kind of like the whole thing of like, oh, you like that band on your shirt? Name 5 songs. It's like, oh, you like hockey? Name 5 teams. It's like, shut up. Like, I might not know every team's division. Does not mean I'm not a hockey fan. I can't like spew random statistics for players, but does not make me not a real fan. I hate this discourse. It's discourse with really any sport, but I mean, I'm obviously just talking about hockey in particular for this one. But it's like, it's conversation that needs to stop, and it's assumptions that need to just go away. And that's all I had to say about that. If you have any other opinions about it, put it down in the comments. Let me know. If you disagree with me, argue with the proverbial wall. I don't care. Because that's the best thing about opinions, is that I can have mine, you can have yours, you can agree with mine, I can agree with yours, or we can not agree with each other's at all. And you know what? That's fine. It's fine. Okay? Thank you guys for letting me yap. This week and last week, thank you for letting me yap and get out all of my frustration that was last week. Like I said before, next week's episode will be the player profile on Mr. Sidney Crosby. And then after that will be the team deep dive on the Anaheim Ducks. If you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. And if you're listening to this on Spotify, make sure to give the show a good rating. I am also going to work on getting the show on Apple Podcasts. I just don't really know the statistics on that yet, but I am working on it. So stay tuned for that. For anyone who watches on YouTube and wants to listen just to the audio version, but they don't have Spotify, I'm working on it. Don't worry. You can also follow me on Instagram. Like I mentioned before, it's at Sarah X Craik. And if you want to also follow me on TikTok, you can do that as well. It's at HGLH Pod. And also, I have something really special coming up that I'm not going to talk about yet, because it still will not be out by the time that the next episode comes out, but it's something really exciting, and I'm excited for you guys to see it. But with all this being said, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.